Ho, ho, ho! 'Tis the season to be jolly, folks, as we enter the festive period. But can Blackburn Rovers get any happier as we take on Derby County? Looking for 4 wins on the spin. We'll take a look at the match and more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another match preview. This time looking forward to Blackburn Rovers up against Derby out in the Championship. And we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related. Whoa, football, oh, here, oh, no more. That's right, boys and girls. Looking forward to this one. Back at Ewood Park. We're going to be live on Twitch. I've done my travels for a little bit, so make sure you stick around. Link to my Twitch platform down below. We'll have a watch along, just in case you don't know what I'm talking about. So let's get going. Take a look at the match in a bit more detail, shall we? It'll take place right here at the glorious, that's right, the glorious Ewood Park, where we take on Derby County. That's right. The match will take place 7th of December at Ewood Park. The manager of Derby, as it stands, Philip Cock, who waiting in the wings. It is Wayne Rooney as assistant. Nice assistant. He's just a coach, right? But he won't be available. I don't think it's available until January, so we can avoid that little banana skin. The danger man for me is ex-Rover Tom Lawrence. He might be a bit of a wild boy on the nights out, but he's also a bit of a wild boy on the pitch, scoring goals as well. Last season, Derby actually finished 6th in the table, and their record against Rovers, they played 133 times. They've won 41 of them. We've won 56. It's been 36 draws along the way. Rovers had the better of the matches between Derby last season, drawing at Pride Park. I think it was a very nervy draw. I think Derby were absolutely immense last season under Lampard. 2-0 at Ewood Park, so I'm hoping for a repeat scoreline myself on this one. And obviously they do take place this time at Ewood Park, 7th of December. We'll duke it all out again at Pride Park on the 7th of March. So let's take a look at some of the strengths and weaknesses. I've mixed it up a little bit, boys. We'll take a look at the strengths and weaknesses coming into this. Rovers' strengths, we do create long shot opportunities, but we also like to score little inside the 6-yard boxes, aka Brentford, and also Stoke on the weekend. We also have been very good at defending set pieces recently. Our weaknesses heading into this match are defending against skillful players, avoiding offside, and protecting the lead, despite fighting back in recent games as well. Our attacking styles playing down the middle and also out wide, but we're also non-aggressive. As for Derby, they also like to create long shots, shooting from direct from free kicks and stealing the ball from the opposition. They've also had some trouble finishing scoring chances, avoiding individual errors, avoiding fouls, defending against skillful players, and stopping opponents from creating chances. Their style of play is attacking through the middle, long shots, short passes, and they like to keep the ball in their own half. So that's a quick look at the styles and stuff, what you can expect this Saturday. But what about the players that are likely to feature? Well, for once, Rovers are not the only team with a long list of injuries. There's no suspensions for both sides, but Rovers still have Williams out. He may or may not feature. He might come back. Obviously, Grayson is out. Cunningham is out for the season. It looks like Grayson's out for the season as well. And Sam Hart, we still just don't know when he's going to come back. As for Derby County, Graham Shinney is out. Mason Bennett out. Ichi Anaya out. Matt Clark out. Richard Keogh is out, but he's also binned off. They also got rid of him. Tom Huddleston is also out till middle of December, something like that. Let's take a look at the expected lineups. This is what I'm going for both sides. Rovers on the left-hand side here. Walton in goal. It's pretty much as you were. Why change your winning system? I think Downing at left-backs it's been bits. It's been a tremendous strategic move for Rovers. Obviously, he's got a wonder of a foot, very experienced player. Might not have the pace going up and down the left-hand side, but his passing and vision and experience can keep us in games. Lenihan Adebayo, the choice, the centre-back pairing for now, and Ryan Nayembi at right-back. Don't change it. Don't change it, Gaffer. Into midfield, we go Travis and Evans. They've been really good, solid partnership. One's got a bit more energy. The other one is also very experienced as well with playing with Rovers for a few years and doing the commanding bits. Dacarino scoring valuable goals recently. 4 goals in the last 3 games. It looks immense. Rothwell is also contributing as well with his dynamic energy going forward. And Armstrong on the other end. Gallagher might knock Armstrong out of the water there, and they obviously stick with DG up top. He might have been scoring the goals, but him and Dak, their link up is absolutely unstoppable. As for Derby, they'll have Hammer in goal, Forsyth, Davies and Wisdom as a back 3. Malone on the left, Bogle on the right, Evans and Holmes in the midfield, Lawrence in that number 10 role. And they're going to go 2 up top, or likely to go 2 up top, with Waghorn and Marriott firing the goals, or at least shots. The next 5 fixtures for both sides. Rovers on the left here. Obviously, Derby next. Then Swansea, tricky one, Bristol City. Then we take on Wigan on the 23rd, all eyes on that game. Sky cameras are in town. And then we take on Birmingham City on Boxing Day. So I'm hoping to have watch-alongs for at least 4 of those, not the Swansea one. As for the derby of visitors, they take obviously Rovers this weekend. Then they take on Sheffield Wednesday back at Pride Park. They take on Millwall on the 14th of December before taking on Reading on the 21st. Their Boxing Day match is against Wigan. Obviously they'll be licking their wounds, Wigan, so they'll be easy pickings for you guys when they come around on Boxing Day. As for the last 5 results, Rovers looks good at the minute. Actually, just 1 defeat at the past 5 for the Rovers. Beating Stoke at the 365 recently. Beating Brentford, unstoppable machine, or goal scoring machine, that is, Brentford 1-0. We did beat Barnsley. It was a nervy game, 3-2 in the end. We did lose to Leeds, only just 2-1 away from home, and we also beat Sheffield Wednesday with some last minute drama there. As for Derby, they come into this just 2 wins out of the past 5. Not bad. Actually, just 2 defeats out of the past 5, if you want to take a look at it that way. They did draw against QPR last time out at Pride Park. They lost to Fulham in the last away game. They did beat Preston, which is a good result for them. They just lost the derby between themselves and Forest way back in 9th of November. And they did beat Middlesbrough 2-0. Okay, let's take a look at the stats now. Obviously, Dacarino leading the way with 10 goals to his name. Then there's a big of a huge vast or draft of goals. As our next top goal scorer is Derek Williams with 3, Gallagher's got 3, and Armstrong's got 3 as well. As for the discipline, Lenihan leads the way with 5 yellows. Bennett and Cunningham, as well as Williams, has 4. No red cards to our names so far. As for Derby, the goals have come from Waghorn. He's got 6, Lawrence's got 5, Martin's got 3, and Huddlestone has got 1. As for the yellows, Lawrence has 6, Shinnie 4, Malone 4, and Holmes 3. Also, Derby have yet to get a red card, which is nice to see. As for the home form, against away form, Rovers' home form looks good. Their only blip on their record, or hard blip, was against Luton when we lost 2-1. We've actually gone on a 5-game unbeaten run at home, which is good. Derby's away form is looking a little rough. 4 defeats on the spin. They're due a win, folks. They are due a win, but they actually haven't won a game in at least 6 away from home. Drawing with Derby, that's a decent result though. Barnsley not too great, losing to Charlton, Hull, Forest, and Fulham without scoring a goal. So that's another statistic for you, but also the rich form for Rovers at the moment. We're looking good. Speaking of form, let's take a look at the table. Is this right? I think so. Leeds lead the way with 16 points out of a possible 18. Tops the form table. Then West Brom are in second with 14 points on the board. Fulham are third. Brentford are fourth. And Rovers, there they are, up to fifth in the form table. Just 4 wins out of the past 5. Not too shabby. As for Derby, they're down to 15th at the moment. 2 wins out of the past 6. So not brilliant, but hey, we were not too long ago bottom of the form table, so it just goes to show how quick things can turn around. As for the home record, Rovers are up to 10th. Is that right? Yeah, it looks right. Unbeaten in 5 games at home, just that one blip. It was Luton. As for Derby, their home form is pretty spectacular, actually. 5 wins out of the past 6, and the other game was a draw, so they're second. But they're playing away from home, and their away form is woeful. Like I said, 4 defeats on the spin, 2 draws in that cluster as well. Rovers' away form is 15th after that win against Stoke. Not bad, but really could do with a bit of a boost. Let's take a look at the last 6 games in all competitions and all venues. We seem to have a bit of a good run against Derby. 3 wins, 2 draws, and 1 defeat. That defeat was back in 2014. It was a 5-goal thriller with Jamie Ward getting himself a couple. Will Hughes as well for Derby. Richard Keogh actually gave us the lead on the first minute. Rudy Gestead gave us a bit of hope on the 78th minute. But the last time out, it was a 2-0 win for Rovers. Rothwell and Bradley Dacarino with the goals. So that's actually just at Ewood Park. So yeah, but the last 6 overall is 3 wins for Rovers, 1 win for Derby, 2 draws along the way. The win for Derby was back in 2016, Jacob Butterfield, who is now on the books at Luton. We also had him on trial this summer. So it's actually 3 games without a loss for Rovers heading into this game against Derby in all competitions, all venues. So not bad. And actually 1 defeat out of 6 ain't bad either. I wouldn't say. I'm actually going for the win. Need the win. If it was at Pride Park, I'd take a point. No questions asked. Let's take a look at how Rovers have got their goals. Well, 16 have come from open play, 6 from set pieces, 2 penalties, 2 goals. We've conceded 20 goals from open play, 3 from set pieces, 3 penalties, and 1 big fat OG. So 4% of goals conceded by Rovers have been an own goal. As for the positional stats, our shots have come 69% of them through the middle and 59% of them within the 18-yard box. As for the shots against us, 62% down the middle, 52% within the 18-yard box, only 9% within the 6-yard box. As for our touches, we prefer to come down the right-hand side. Obviously, the goal we're all talking about, the Bennett breakaway, down the right-hand side. And I think well, that super duper goal against Brentford, that was all over the place. Alles über the Platz, as they say in Germany, and 40% down the middle. We like to keep it balling within the own third. As for Derby, they've scored 10 of their goals from open play, 8 from set pieces, so we've got to be careful for that. 4 penalties, 2 counter-attacks, and 1 OG. As for goals conceded, open play, 12 of them, 3 from set pieces, 3 from penalties, 1 counter-attack, and 1 OG as well. What else have I got for you? Where am I? As for their shots, 75% coming down the middle, 51% within the 18-yard box, 43% from outside. As for the shots they have taken, as for shots against them, 70% down the middle, 16% down the left-hand side, 48% within the 18-yard box. And as for touches, they prefer to go down the right-hand side and keep it within the middle third as well, as everybody pretty much does. Let's take a look at the top teams out in the Championship coming into this one. Fulham lead the way possession-wise. They boss games, 61.2% average per game. So, they look to keep a hold of the ball and do their thing. Is there any sign of Derby within there? They're in there. They're in a couple of these stats here, at least one anyway. Leeds are second with 59.9%. Aggression, Wigan are now the most aggressive side, 42 yellows, 2 reds. Barnsley is second spot now. Aerial duels, Birmingham lead the way, 56.6 of all aerial duels have been won by Birmingham when they've played. West Brom, 56.1, so just shy. Shots per game, Leeds lead the way with 16.6 shots on average per game. Sheffield Wednesday are in second, West Brom third, and then Nottingham Forest and Brentford. Pass accuracy, Fulham lead the way on that bad boy. 86.6% of all passes reach their intended target. Derby not far behind in fifth. 79.3% of all passes go in their intended target there. As we head into this match day number, whatever it is, match day number 20, these are the matches that we're going to look forward to this weekend. Kicking it all off on Friday, it'll be Millwall up against Nottingham Forest. They kick off nice and early for you, well for me, just under 2:45 p.m. US time, but that's obviously 7:45 UK time. As for the Saturday's games, the early game is out at Huddersfield at the Kirklees, as Huddersfield take on Leeds. That'll be a nice cracker. QPR take on Preston, Fulham against Bristol City, Cardiff against Barnsley, Reading against Birmingham, Hull City against Stoke City, Middlesbrough against Charlton. Will that be the last game for Woodgate? Maybe Warnock coming in. We'll have to wait and see. Sheffield Wednesday against Brentford, Luton against Wigan, and then West Brom take on Swansea on Sunday. But the game of the weekend really is at Ewood Park. It's Rovers against Derby County. The table looks like this. Actually, West Brom top the charts with 42 points on the board. Leeds are in second spot with 40. Fulham, Forest, Bristol City and Preston occupy the playoff spots as it stands. Barnsley down 24th, Stoke 23rd and Wigan are 22nd. Today's match, we are talking about Rovers, who come into this in 11th spot. Derby are down to 14th. A win for Rovers, we could go to the dizzy heights of 7th in the table, folks. A win for Derby, dare I say it, they could go as high as 10th. Take a look at the top goal scorers. Mitrovic leads the way with 15 goals, but the man in number 5th spot is Bradley Dacarina with 9. I think he must have got 10 goals all in all for Rovers. He must have scored a goal in the League Cup or something like that. But he's up there. He's doing bits right now. One of the form players in the division. He needs to get up there. Can he get to challenge maybe the top 3? Bowen's in his sights with 3 goals adrift. Fletcher's in there as well. Anyone for Derby up here? No, but hey, let's not rule them suckers out. Seems to be the top man of the division at the moment is Eze with 7.44 average rated performance. But all in all, that's the Championship, folks. I look forward to this match, and hopefully you will do too. If you can't go to the game at Ewood Park, join me on Twitch. There is a live watch-along planned for that one, internet permitting and all that kind of good stuff. A link to the old sucker down in the old description down below, so make sure you check that sucker out. Give me your thoughts and predictions and expectations for this game. Do you think Rovers will make it 4 wins on the spin and maybe get into top 8 football as we edge closer to those playoffs once again? Let's keep our voice down. Let's hopefully not draw attention to ourselves, and we can maybe, just maybe, sneak in there before the year is out. Anyway, folks, I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the thumbs up. If you're new, smash the subscribe. New videos pretty much every single day on the channel, including Championship predictions, Premier League predictions, all that kind of good stuff. I've got my tree up. Have you guys got your tree up yet? Looking forward to seeing you all very, very soon. Until then, see you Saturday. Come on, Rovers. Make it 4 out of 4. Till then, I'm out. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.